Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, this case simply comes down to reckless driving. See, my client Sam Hatherley is a passionate cyclist. He owns a bright red Specialized LS E5 road bike. It is an 8-speed bike, without a doubt something a novice would not be recommended to use. On the morning of June 6, 2023, Sam decided to take advantage of clear weather. He went out for a bike ride, much like he has before. Unlike those rides, this ride would ultimately change Sam's life for the worse. That morning, everything did start off as usual. He went out, got on his bike, put on his helmet, and followed all the rules of the road. He did everything right. Once he reached Northwest 23rd Street, he proceeded to head down east on that road. While he was heading down that road, he noticed a van parked on his lane. Once he approached that van, he safely maneuvered left around it, all while maintaining clear visibility to the road in front of him. Once it was safe for Sam to return back to his lane, a gray Ford Fiesta, driven by the defendant, turned left onto oncoming traffic and hit Sam. Sam was thrown onto the floor. He suffered from cuts, scrapes, and a broken wrist. The negligent driving from the defendant caused permanent damage in Sam's life. His injuries are a constant reminder through pain, suffering, anxiety of that tragic morning. In a negligence case, we, the plaintiffs, bear the burden of proof. We have to prove our case through a preponderance of the evidence, meaning we have to show that our case is more likely true than not true. Members of the jury, we will ask you to determine four key elements in this negligence case. First, did the defendant owe Sam a duty of care? Second, was there a breach of that duty of care? Third, was that duty of care the proximate cause of Sam's injuries? And fourth, did Sam actually suffer any injuries? The answer to all these questions is yes. And we will establish this through testimony from witnesses that day. First, you will hear from Sam, who will testify to the events that led to this occurrence. More importantly, you will hear him describe the physical pain and the emotional toll he suffered from and continues to suffer from. Next, you will hear from Lee Wimple, who was the driver of the van that morning. Although he will say that Sam was picking up speed, you will see through his testimony that it is established that road Sam was on is constantly used by the cyclist community. Then you will hear from the defendant, who will tell her side of the story. Through her testimony, you will see that she did take precautionary measures when she was trying to turn. However, these measures continued all the way through her turn, which caused her to move her eyes away from the road, and she was not looking to where she was turning, ultimately running over Sam. Lastly, you will hear from Morgan Reed, who was standing at a bus stop nearby and witnessed the whole accident. She herself is a cyclist and will testify to the safe measures that Sam took that day. You will see how fast the occurrence happened, and there was nothing that Sam could have done to avoid being ran over due to the reckless driving of the defendant. All this to establish that the defendant breached her duty of care as a driver, and that the negligent driving of the defendant caused all of Sam's injuries. And this negligence demands accountability. This is why I will come again before you and I will ask you to hold this defendant accountable. I will ask you to find in favor of Sam, whose ordinary bike ride became a life-altering occurrence due to someone's careless driving. Thank you.